Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 RWA coins by market cap. We're going to start with Centrifuge at number 1, followed by CANTO, Creditcoin, POLYMesh, Maple, PENDLE, AllianceBlock, Nexera, Goldfinch, DUSK, and then CHEX Token at number 10. Let's get straight into it. Centrifuge against BDC. Ooh, I like what I see. Reason being, I think Centrifuge is completing maybe an inverse head and shoulders. You see this? But we have to consolidate a little bit though. And we don't know if and when the correction comes, if we will stay above the skinny pink line. Right, but Centrifuge is already out against USD. CFG, USDT. This was something that we mentioned way back in September. Way back in September, we said that a breakout is very likely loading for CFG. At this point of time, CFG was still here. And we noticed it, right? There was a squeeze, a series of lower highs and higher lows. It's like an arrow that has been pulled back. And then once the arrow is released, PAM! It will fly, right? Sayonara, bitches! And so eventually, that's what happened. PAM! Centrifuge is out. Again, we have a target over here at 96 cents. We've had this target since September. 3 months ago, we had this target. So, yeah, we're still loyal to our targets. We still think that the bullish trend is going to continue until 96 cents. We'll probably go past 96 cents, in my opinion. Probably to around we'll take a break at about 150, I think. So, yeah, I think there's much more upside to come for Centrifuge. If this whole thing is a wave 1, right? And this whole thing is a wave 2. We are in the midst of a wave 3, right? And after that, probably you'll get a 4, and then we'll come out for a 5. Ta-da! We're in the midst of a wave 3. So, again, more upside for Centrifuge. And if you got into Centrifuge, congratulations to you. High five! Moving on would be CANTO. CANTO against BDC. Okay, we don't have CANTO BDC. CANTO USDT. Yes, sir. Let's look at CANTO USDT. We look at it on the gate. So I think CANTO is completing a wave B, right? Down for a A, up for a B. Down for a C. This is what we're hoping for. Like what happened for Centrifuge, right? We would love to see something like this. Absolutely love it. But again, I still think that it's still too early. Still too early. So yeah, we're gonna have to move on from CANTO. Creditcoin. Okay, the currents. The kimchi premium. CTC against BDC. Yeah, so this is where Creditcoin is. Could we have made a move for Creditcoin? Was there a chart pattern? A bullish reversal chart pattern? It just got listed. Hey guys, we're listing. You know, Abi was saying, we're listing Creditcoin. And then BAM! It blasted off, right? Creditcoin against USDT. Is that cool coin? Yes, sir. Anything that we can work with? No. it's just a sudden zip. It's like, hey yo bro. Hey yo bro. But this was a nice, very sharp pattern. You see this? Mountains, 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 mountains. We collapsed. You see that? And after that, yeah, that's it. We just zipped up. It's like, hey yo bro. No warning whatsoever. Bam, we're out. POLYX. Okay, you can see insider trading happening over here. You see this? You see this? This is probably, when was this? 19 November. This was when, just look at the volume, this was when the insiders of Upbit and also Creditcoin are buying. They probably bought a shit ton of Creditcoin at around these levels, right? 18 cents. So volume is a very, very, very useful indicator, right? So yeah, if they sold it now, right, they will be 300% in profit, right? So yeah, insiders. Welcome to the real world. It's the real world. POLYX against BDC. Here we are for POLYX. Anything for POLYX? No. We hope to see a sideways move though, right? Because usually when a bearish trend ends, we go sideways for a while before going back up. So as evidence over here, down, we went sideways for a while. Bam! We blasted off. But we got slapped all the way back down for POLYX. So we're hoping for another sideways action before heading back up for POLYX. Will we get it? It's too early to tell. Against USD, here we are for POLYX. Okay, we're hoping POLYX to get an ABCDE kind of a chart pattern, right? We don't know. We're not sure, right? POLYX will still just stay above the skinny pink line. We could just mark around here and continue higher. Again, it's still too early for us, so we're gonna have to give the whales of POLYX more time Maple was another token which we mentioned and it's doing pretty well. Maple against USDT on Gates. Look at this. We had a target over here. Same time as Centrifuge, right? 1, 2, 3, MPL. So you can see that high possibility of a new trend change towards the upside for MPL. We said this 3 months ago on the 22nd of September. And this was how it looked like when we said it. We already saw it. It's like, oh, I think this is it, man. I think we're gonna be blasting off towards $27. And so eventually we did blast off. Ta-da! And we're above the skinny pink line. So the bullish trend is already on for Maple. Again, we're expecting 27 to be hit. Yes, there is some selling correction right now, but I still feel that eventually we'll find support either here. Again, there's a noisy area over here, or we could find support over here, right? So it's either here, zip up, or we could zip a bit lower before zipping up. I suspect it will be here though. So maybe just a little bit lower before heading higher, right? But I think Maple should do very well eventually towards $27, right? So if you got in over here, hey, congratulations to you. So this is probably at around, yeah, about 400% when we hit targets, right? So there you go. That's Maple for you. The power of technical analysis. Pendle against BTC. If you look at Pendle, yo, bro, there's nothing much for Pendle. If you look at Pendle BTC here, yeah, okay. So Pendle, in my opinion, is already up for the wave B. I really do hope we come down for a wave C. Right. Pendle started blasting off since December 2022. Again, Pendle is an outlier. It's an outlier. So, yeah, that's Pendle for you. Pendle against USDT. Anything for Pendle? Okay, we have to look at it on Gate. Here we are for Pendle. Yeah, so Pendle has been up. Could we have traded Pendle? No. We could not have traded Pendle. We could have traded Centrifuge, right? Clear chart patterns. We could have traded Maple. Clear bullish reversal. But for Pendle, not as obvious. So that's why the hope that we have for Pendle is we come back down for a C. Right? That's the hope. So yeah, but this will trigger a potential bear trend though. I hope not. But nothing goes up forever, right? And I don't see high quality consolidations. Yeah, no, I suspect Pendle will come back down eventually. So be careful about rushing to a trade too soon for Pendle. AllianceBlock, Nexera. Okay, this is a couple coin. NXRA against BTC. Okay, it's not as obvious though. If you look at NXRA against BTC, it's not that obvious. It's not that clear, right? But if you look at NXRA against USD, you will see there was a squeeze, right? Not as obvious though, but A, B, C, D, E. You see this? Do you see these, boys and girls? Yeah, I think we're gonna hit to 16 cents. I suspect there's more upside, right? There's no, true zip down yet, so probably a little bit more upside as we hit targets. We'll probably overshoot 16 cents though, closer to 20 cents. But yeah, again, we're gonna have to move on from NXRA because it has already started moving. We actually saw NXRA right before it moved. When it was here, I was like, At the same time, when things were here, I was like, you got to be very careful with NXRA. Reason being, NXRA has a mountain 1, mountain 2. If you're not careful and if things start collapsing back down, this whole thing could be a descending that drops, right? But eventually NXRA rose higher. So yeah, that's the story. That's the story. And after this, we got a nice wave E here, right? And after that, we blasted off. So that's NXRA for you. If we had to count the waves, this would be a 1, down for a 2, up for a 3, down for a 4. We're in the midst of a wave 5. Very likely we'll get a wave 5 for NXRA. Goldfinch, GFI against BTC. Here, okay, we don't have GFI against USDT. Here we are for GFI. We're above the skinny pink line. There were mountains over here. If we were to cut across all the wicks, valleys, valley 1, valley 2, valley 3, out. Continuation, yes. We are falling in a very controlled manner. I love this. I love this kind of move. Very controlled towards the downside. Again, there's support over here. So I'm assuming that this is very likely the bottom. So more upside to be expected for Goldfinch. I think all the RWAs are doing pretty well. DUSK against BTC. If you look at DUSK, and DUSK has a beautiful, beautiful accumulation happening. Right. It went down for an A, up for a B, Now we're coming back down for a C. Eventually, you're going to see a reversal. The question we have is, again, there is a noisy area over here, so we actually dip down a little bit before heading higher. So the question we have is this the bottom, or could we sweep the lows first? Drop a little bit lower, sweep the lows before heading higher. But DUSK really does look good in our opinion. Eventually, we're going to see DUSK come back up. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Again, you can't guarantee anything. Things can always drop to zero, but we kind of like what we see, right? I think it's like a falling channel for DUSK, right? In the bigger scheme of things, we're falling in a very controlled manner. So I kind of like what I see on DUSK. The only question we need answers to is this the bottom, right? We need time to be able to tell that. DUSK against USD. Here we are for DUSK. How are we for DUSK USD? Not so, there was a head and shoulders over here, right? But as soon as we broke support, we invalidated it. It's like, yo, bro, what's happening? And then anything that we could, no, nothing much for us to work with. You can argue this like falling channel kind of a pattern, and we're out. Sure, we could be breaking higher, but not our kind of trade. So we're gonna have to wait for something clearer. CHEX Token, CHEX BT. We have it. CHEX BTC. CHEX BTC on Bitfinex. Hey, yo, bro. That's it. It's out, and that's it. If anything, you have to wait for a retrace for a C, right? If it just keeps going up, then yeah, we're gonna have to move on from CHEX. USD, I suppose, is the same thing. Yeah, I say this. It's the same thing. So nothing much for us to work with, right? Centrifuge is doing well. We're about to hit targets. So is Maple. So these two trades that we identified way back in September is doing pretty well. So good luck to you if you got in. Hope you guys have a great Thursday. See you in the next one. Ta-da!